Starting a cold conversation over the phone with a stranger and having it end up in something meaningful and helpful for the client you're talking to is a tall order, especially in this day and age. Well, stay with us as we talk about breaking the ice over the phone and actually having clients be happy we did. What's happening? I'm J.C Agajanian, broker associate with the Whissel Realty Group, and today we're talking about opening up phone conversations with strangers. If you're a realtor, I'm sure you know where I'm coming from. This is part of the deal. It's something that we all didn't sign up for, but we happen to be cold calling machines, and that's part of the deal. In light of this new era with the spam likely tags on people's phones and general unwillingness to answer the phone at all, we got ghost numbers that go to nowhere. Like, how do we start a reasonable conversation over the phone with someone out of the blue who doesn't know who we are? We are not in their phone number. They don't recognize the name, and they're skeptical as soon as they say the word hello. Well, one great way to go about this is to simply pretend. Like, we're going to acting school, and one of the big pieces of advice that we've heard from other folks is go to an improv class once or twice. Really do go to acting school and realize that when you make these phone calls, you are on stage and we're going into a performance. So act like they're your best friend. Act like they're your best friend you haven't spoken to in a long time. Act like you're excited that you answered the phone and to hear their voice. Tell them it's great to talk to them, and then get straight to the point. Right? We are not here for how you been, what's new. We have to have that energy in our voice. We have to explain who we are, and we have to get straight to the point in the question. The opening line has to be disarming, pointed, and clarifying who we are and what we're trying to do with this phone call. And this high energy, excited, warm, smile through the phone opening that you're going to start with, it's disarming. And it makes them think totally differently. It gets them out of that frame of mind of how quickly can I hang up this call. And at first, maybe they think, do I know this person? And then they're thinking, no, they just introduce themselves. So I know who they are now because that's part of the opening line. You have to say who you are and what you want. But now they're a little more likely to have a normal conversation with you and not just be a jerk and hang up the phone on you, right? Like, that's all we're really asking for as agents who are prospecting. Is, can I just get a normal conversation with someone? I don't care if the answer is no, I'm never going to move. I just need to know how to sift and sort this lead and whether or not I need to call them again in the future. Am I right? So, tone matters. It's everything. And like I said in the beginning, it's a performance. We need to think about how warm and kind and friendly we can be with the first couple words that come out of our mouth when they say hello. And speaking of tone, we have to remember a truth that we often forget, which is the fact that you are over the phone in the first place is going to mute your energy, and it's going to mute your tone because there's no eye-to-eye contact. They can't see your eyes open wide and be bright and excited to see them. They can't see the smile on your face. They can't see a lot of the things that you're doing to express warmth and kindness because it's over the phone. So we need to be aware. Phone mutes down your level of energy. And if you want to have like good, normal energy, it's going to come across sounding flat. And if you want to give across excited, outgoing energy, you're going to have to come in way over the top because, like we said, this is true. The phone mutes your energy. So keep that in mind. Whatever level of energy you're trying to convey needs to be ratcheted up a couple notches in real life because of that phone separating you and the prospect you're talking to. Maybe you don't like this idea. Maybe it seems kind of hokey or weird. That's fine. We think it's a great way to go about it, but maybe you don't like it. That's fine. Whatever it is that you do, it's important that you establish a system and that you use the same system and the same way to go about opening your phone calls, having the conversation, utilizing your scripts, so that if it's not yielding the results you're looking for, that same routine can be tweaked. That same routine can be adjusted, and you can change some of the specifics, the tone, the pausing, the words, the phrasing that you're using. It's all important. I mean, this thing should really be micromanaged and analyzed to death because it's that important. The other thing that's really important about systemizing your phone calls is that script that you're using. Now that script should be so well remembered, so well acknowledged, so well ingrained in who you are that you don't have to think about it. So this is where practice and skill building comes in. It's really important because knowing this script will help you to think less. Knowing the script internally, just known inside of you, gives you more confidence, frankly, and it's just a better way to do it. It gives you the ability to actually listen better and to be a better conversationalist because you still are leading the conversation in the direction that you want it to go, but it doesn't sound clunky. It allows you to be present and allows you to respond to the person you're talking to in an appropriate manner and then keep the conversation going down the path that you're headed. And I'll add a couple last points before we wrap on this topic for today. Don't forget to always assume the sale. You know, a positive attitude is crucial in any time we're moving into this outbound, this weighty effort that we do, which is prospecting for real estate business. You know, we need to assume that they're looking for what we have to offer. And if they're not, that's fine. We need to also be able to just brush it off. That's fine. But we need to assume the best. And then if the worst takes place, it's not going to kill us. We will be fine. We also need to remember to work on the appointment and not the listing or the sale or anything else that comes ahead. This is a baby steps process, this prospecting business. And so we need to just focus on where they're at now and what sort of value we need to offer them that would compel them to want to meet with us, frankly, right? So we need to have that piece in place, and only then can we take it to the next step, which is demonstrating the value that we have to actually do the job for them. So baby steps. Sometimes when it's early on in the process, that next step is just another phone call or maybe a coffee break without even really having a true listing appointment. But we always need to be working on those baby steps. And in this case, we're talking about just getting face-to-face so that we can then present what we would actually do in real life to sell their home for them. One step at a time. As usual, I'm happy to answer any questions on this topic or just discuss it. If you've got further thoughts, please shoot me a message here or just make a comment. I look forward to talking to you soon.